Section: Introduction. In this section, we delve into the importance of probabilistic sequence modeling in various machine learning applications like natural language processing, video prediction, and decision making. We focus on next token prediction models, which have several advantages such as generating sequences of different lengths, conditioning on varying historical data, supporting efficient tree search, and enabling online feedback control. Currently, next token prediction models are trained using teacher forcing, where the model predicts the next token based on the true history of previous tokens. However, this approach has limitations as it does not allow for guiding the sequence sampling to minimize a specific objective and can lead to instability when dealing with continuous data like videos. To address these challenges, we introduce diffusion forcing, DF, a new training and sampling method where each token is associated with a random noise level. This noise level can be adjusted independently for each token based on a shared prediction model for the next token or a few subsequent tokens. By incorporating noise levels for each token, DF encourages the model to learn how to handle sequences with varying levels of noise effectively. We implement DF as causal diffusion forcing, CDF, where future tokens depend on past ones in a causal manner. During sampling, CDF gradually removes noise from a sequence of Gaussian noise frames to generate clean samples with different noise levels at each denoising step. CDF can generate sequences of varying lengths stably, even thousands of tokens into the future, and can provide guidance for high-reward generations. Our contributions include proposing diffusion forcing as a flexible probabilistic sequence model that combines the strengths of next token prediction models and full sequence diffusion models. We also introduce a novel decision-making framework that utilizes diffusion forcing for both policy and planning purposes. Additionally, we demonstrate through formal proof and empirical evaluation the effectiveness of CDF in various domains such as video generation, model-based planning, visual imitation learning, and time series prediction. Section Summary. In this section, we introduce diffusion forcing, DF, a novel probabilistic sequence model that combines the flexibility of next token prediction models with the long horizon guidance capabilities of full sequence diffusion models. Our approach, causal diffusion forcing, CDF, allows for stable generation of variable length sequences, even for continuous tokens, and enables Monte Carlo tree guidance, MCTG, for improved high-reward generation sampling. By leveraging causality, flexible horizon, and variable noise schedules, CDF offers unique capabilities in diverse applications such as video generation, model-based planning, visual imitation learning, and time series prediction. Section: Archive. In this section, we explore diffusion sequence models, which are commonly used in sequence modeling tasks. We utilize full sequence diffusion models to control text generation, such as generating text based on specific parts of speech. We train these models to create short videos and extend them using a sliding window approach for longer video generation. Additionally, we employ full sequence diffusion models as planners in offline reinforcement learning by training them on interaction data and using classifier guidance during sampling to achieve high rewards towards a desired goal. We also adapt autoregressive models to denoise the next token based on previous tokens, training them with teacher forcing and sampling next tokens for time series data. A similar approach to our work is AR diffusion, which trains full sequence text diffusion with a causal architecture featuring linearly dependent noise levels over time. Furthermore, we introduce diffusion forcing, a framework that allows for different noise levels for each token in a sequence. We focus on time series data and implement causal diffusion forcing with a basic recurrent neural network, RNN, for simplicity. The RNN maintains latent variables capturing past token influences, which evolve through defined dynamics. When noisy observations are made, the hidden state is updated accordingly. By training causal diffusion forcing with a conventional diffusion training objective, we can directly optimize the model. The training process involves sampling noise levels and tokens from the training data, and minimizing the loss function to capture Bayesian filtering and conditional diffusion aspects. We also provide a detailed derivation of common training techniques for diffusion forcing in the appendix and formally prove its effectiveness in optimizing the training objective. Section Summary. In this section, we explore diffusion sequence models, which are utilized for controllable text generation and video synthesis by training full-sequence diffusion models. We also delve into diffusion forcing, a framework that allows for training and sampling noisy tokens with varying noise levels for each token, particularly focusing on time series data with causal architectures like causal diffusion forcing. This approach involves updating hidden states in a Markovian fashion based on noisy observations, enabling training with a conventional diffusion training objective and optimizing a reweighting of an evidence lower bound for expected log likelihoods over different noise levels. Section: Diffusion forcing sampling and resulting capabilities. In this section, we describe how we perform sampling using a method called diffusion forcing. Sampling is done by setting a noise schedule on a 2D grid, where columns represent time steps and rows indicate noise levels. To generate a sequence, we start with white noise tokens and denoise them row by row according to the prescribed noise levels. By the end, the tokens are clean with no noise. We discuss special cases in the scheme and set hyperparameters to standard values. One new capability of this sampling method is long horizon guidance, where we can guide the sampling of past tokens based on future tokens without fully diffusing the past. This allows for planning over a long time horizon while respecting causality. We show that this approach outperforms other models in decision-making experiments. Another capability is using diffusion forcing for sequential decision-making tasks, such as in robotics. We aim to train a policy to maximize the expected cumulative reward in a Markov decision process. Tokens are assigned to represent actions, rewards, and observations, and training is conducted step by step. We sample a plan for future actions, rewards, and observations based on past tokens and update a latent variable accordingly. Causal diffusion forcing also enables Monte Carlo tree guidance, where we can influence token generation by considering the distribution of future tokens. By averaging guidance gradients from multiple samples, we can guide the current token generation process. This method is enhanced when combined with specific sampling schedules that maintain high noise levels for future tokens, accounting for increased uncertainty further into the future. Section Summary. In this section, we explore the concept of diffusion forcing sampling, which involves prescribing noise levels on a grid to generate sequences. By diffusing future tokens without fully diffusing the past, we can guide the sampling of past tokens, enabling long horizon guidance while respecting causality. This sampling paradigm leads to a novel framework for sequential decision making, particularly beneficial for robotics and autonomous agents, by allowing the influence of future distributions on current token generation through Monte Carlo tree guidance. Section: Experiments. In this section, we extensively assess the benefits of diffusion forcing as a generative sequence model in various applications such as video and time series prediction, planning, and imitation learning. We provide details about the datasets and reproducibility in the appendix. For video prediction, we trained a convolutional RNN model using causal diffusion forcing on Minecraft gameplay and DM Lab navigation videos. We compared diffusion forcing with two baselines using the same RNN architecture. The results show that diffusion forcing can generate stable sequences even beyond its training horizon, unlike the baselines which diverge quickly. Additionally, diffusion forcing maintains continuity in video sequences, showcasing its ability to stabilize high-dimensional sequence rollouts effectively. In diffusion planning, we evaluated diffusion forcing in decision-making tasks using a standard offline RL benchmark called D4RL in 2D maze environments with sparse rewards. Our results demonstrate that diffusion forcing outperforms diffuser and other baselines across all 6 environments, showcasing its effectiveness in decision-making tasks. One key advantage of diffusion forcing is its flexibility in adjusting the planning horizon during RL tasks, unlike full-sequence models like diffuser. By modifying the sampling scheme, we can compose subsequences flexibly, as demonstrated in a 2D trajectory dataset. In robotics, diffusion forcing shows promise in long-horizon imitation learning and robust visuomotor control, addressing the memory limitations in traditional imitation learning methods. Moreover, diffusion forcing can generate videos of robot tasks from initial frames, combining diffusion policy, imitation learning, and video generative modeling for pre-training on unlabeled videos. Lastly, in time series forecasting, diffusion forcing proves to be a versatile and effective sequence model, competitive with prior diffusion and transformer-based approaches in multivariate time series forecasting tasks. We acknowledge the support from various funding sources for this work, including the National Science Foundation, Singapore DSTA, Intelligence Advanced Research Projects Activity, IARPA, and Amazon Science Hub.